The NWF presents Championship Wrestling.
Howdy, you simple-minded partners. I want to welcome you here to the St. Bernard Civic Center right here in New Orleans, Louisiana. And I'm Tuxedo Terry Funk with Rockin' Rick Baughman. And the National Wrestling Federation is presenting to you a wonderful show. And Rockin' Rick, tell them about it.
Okay, Tuxedo Terry Funk, the National Wrestling Federation is trying to bring back wrestling big time to the St. Bernard area. Tonight, we've got a big show. We've got 6 big matches tonight. The Rock and Roll Express will start us off with some tag team action. Then, of course, we've got Chris Adams and Bob Orton Jr. Also, Nasty Ken Massey's on the card. And Paul Orndorff, Mr. Wonderful is here. I know you're a big fan of Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff.
I'm a fan of Paul Orndorff.
Well,
I just love the guy. I think he's one of the greatest athletes in the world.
Well, we'll get to see him tonight. We'll see him in action tonight. Also, we've got primetime Ron Powers is here. Also, Jim Cornette. We'll talk with Jim Cornette a little bit later on in the card. Also, Hacksaw Butch. Well, I don't want to talk to him. I want you to talk to him.
No, you talk to him.
Well, we'll flip a coin. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. One of us will talk to him. That'll be coming up a little bit later on. Also, as I said, Hacksaw Butch Reed is here. So we've got a lot of action that's coming up tonight. So we'll be here throughout the night, and we'll bring you all of the action tonight with the National Wrestling Federation.
I want to tell you something. Let's go to the ring right now, and let's take a look at some great action with the Rock and Roll Express. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing in the red corner, Dusty Wolf, and his partner, Amos Moses. The Rock and Roll Express, Robert Gibson and Bobby Holly. One ball with 10 minutes time limit.
So this is a good match. This is probably the best combination you could pick to start off the show. As you said, the Rock and Roll Express, they're quick, and they're a crowd favorite. Action underway as Dusty Wolf is in the ring right now. And Robert Gibson of the Rock and Roll Express in the ring, a headlock off of the rope.
There's one flying tackle right there. A drop down by Dusty Wolf. Tries for a hip lock, a reversal on Gibson's part. And I'll tell you what, he took old Famous Amos and made him not so famous so fast.
He sure did. He knocked him right from off the corner of the rope. And you see what they're trying to do right now? They're trying to get the crowd behind them. And that's a big, big important factor when they come into the ring.
You know, the crowd always helps you, but it never helped me. But I'll tell you one thing, that I always depended on ability. Saw a little drop down by there, Gibson there, where he...
Deep to the stomach, Dusty Wolf.
Caused a little problem. Whoa, just ducked a punch, hooked him from behind. Now there you saw a slick move.
Dusty Wolf's in a little bit of trouble right now. He's down on the mat right now. He's going to tag his partner, Famous Amos Moses. This is the first we're going to get to see of Famous Amos Moses. Tag's been made. Here comes Bobby Holly. Bobby Holly in elbow drop to Famous Moses. They're certainly in charge of this match, Tuxedo Terry. The Rock and Roll Express has been in charge since the bell sounded with the beginning of the match.
Well, what you see there is, you know, Rock and Roll Express has a lot of desire, but they have a tremendous amount of experience, too. And you see Dusty Wolf and his partner, Famous Amos there, they don't quite have the experience that this other team does. They've worked together a long time. They know what each other's doing, and sometimes that works at a tremendous disadvantage to you. Speaking about disadvantages, I certainly don't want to go ahead and interview Jim Cornette. How about you and I getting some money out?
We're going to have to flip a coin.
We're going to flip one.
Flip a coin and see, and we'll let everybody know how it comes out.
That's a nice drop toe there.
I certainly don't want to interview him. Tag's been made. Robert Gibson in the ring now. Famous Amos Moses. He's in a little bit of trouble right now.
Well, you see
trouble.
You see teamwork on both men's parts. You really do there. Right there you see Ricky Gibson going ahead and doing a quick tag out. They're working on a leg, and they'll continue working on a leg right there. So teamwork right there.
Yeah.
Before the referee can get a count in, well, the other one's back out again.
This is excellent teamwork, and you know that's what it takes to win. Excellent teamwork. Tag's been made again.
Over that top rope again. Nice move. Nice maneuver right there.
Robert Gibson is now in the ring as Bobby Holly made the tag. Dusty Wolf's going to try to come in, but it looks like Lolly Jones is going to stop him. And Bobby Holly has him in a leg lock.
Whoa, there was some teamwork right there, wasn't it?
That was teamwork. That was a very good move. Taking Dusty Wolf right out of it. Took his leg, took the famous Amos Moses' leg right from under him.
Nice leg sweep right there by Ricky Gibson. Threatening to kick the man right there.
Amos Moses is pleading with him.
The referee's doing an excellent job here tonight, keeping the other referee off, watching for legal tags and making sure that legal tags are made every time. Dropping the knee and back into the back of that hamstring, dropping back down in the leg, and figure fouring that leg. He's in a pretty bad position right there.
He is in a bad position. He's in a little bit of trouble. And, you know, as I said, he's been in trouble since he's gotten into the ring. You know what I noticed about the Rock and Roll Express? What they're doing is they're keeping their opponents near their side of the ring so they can make tags. They're in for a little while, then out for a little while.
Beautiful arm drag to an arm bar there, right there. Now a double whip into the rope, double elbow, and the other one hops right back out, which is legal. It's questionable right there. It's questionable as to how fast they make that tag.
Dusty Wolf is in trouble also.
Nice reversal by Wolfman.
Oh, he only had him for a 2 count.
Nice small package
right there.
Nice small package at that time right there.
Thought he had him. He had him for a 2 count, but Dusty Wolf was able to get out of it. Headlock by Dusty Wolf, but the tag to me, that's what I'm talking about. The Rock and Roll Express. Flying drop kick to Dusty Wolf. He goes down.
Picks him up for a slam. Picks him up for a slam. Goes in for the cover. 1, 2, and he gets out of there. Didn't quite have him down long enough. Just missed by about a half. Now, hey, I want to talk to you again about the rest of this match. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing Paul Orndorff later on in the show. But we have got Hacksaw Butch Reed here this week.
We do. Hacksaw Butch Reed is here. We've got Eli the Eliminator is going to wrestle Hacksaw Butch Reed. And I've seen Eli the Eliminator. He is one big fellow.
Yeah, I don't believe he has a chance against Hacksaw Butch Reed.
Hacksaw's been around. Hacksaw's got the experience. But Eli the Eliminator, he's a mean-looking dude.
Bobby Holly's in trouble right here. The people are chanting rock and roll, rock and roll.
2 count.
A beautiful flying clothesline on his part right there.
Bobby Holly might be. This is the first time anybody's been in trouble from the Rock and Roll Express. Bobby Holly is in a little bit of problem right now. Famous Amos Moses. Off the rope.
Beautiful sunset flip right there. Down for the 1 count.
He gets assistance from his teammate Dusty Wolf.
Little outside interference right there. Forearm to the head. Let's see what he can do with Bobby right now. If Bobby can make that tag, he'd be a lot better off if he'd be trying to make that corner.
Away from his corner. Yeah, he is. Kick to the face. Famous Amos Moses went down real hard. Now, Bobby Holly's got to get to his corner. He's got to get to Bobby Gibson. He's got to get to Robert Gibson, make the tag, and get a fresh man in the ring right now. Famous Amos Moses is down, but it doesn't look like Bobby Holly has enough strength to pin him.
Backdrop by Ricky Gibson. Picks him up. Let's see what he's going to do with him right now. Shift him off into the rope. Drop kick.
I think this may be it. No, he got up. He was able to get out of it. Gibson makes the tag. Bobby Holly back in the ring. They're both there.
Oh, double cross drop kick is it.
I think this is it.
1, 2, 3. That was it. All right.
That was it. Excellent teamwork, Jerry. Excellent teamwork. The Rock and Roll Express shows why they are one of the crowd favorites.
Let's take a look at that double drop kick one more time and just see exactly how the Rock and Roll Express won that match. Because I'll tell you what, it was beautiful whenever they caught him.
Here he comes right now. A brilliant maneuver as the Rock and Roll Express both at the same time take Famous Amos completely out of it. And here you see, pin. Dusty will try to come in and interfere. There's the pin. 2, 3. It's all over the Rock and Roll Express.
And we'll be back right with Chris Adams against Bob Orton Jr. So stay tuned, baby, for the National Wrestling Federation. Yeah.
Ray Brandt Dodge, Louisiana's #1 Dodge dealer, is celebrating its 3rd anniversary by giving you the lowest prices of the year. Celebrate with America's #1 selling minivan, the Dodge Caravan, and pay only $11,995 at Ray Brandt Dodge. Travel in style in a fully loaded Dodge conversion van for only $14,995. Or choose a luxurious and roomy Dodge Dynasty for only $11,995 from Ray Brandt Dodge. Come out and make your best deal of the year this week during Ray Brandt Dodge's 3rd anniversary sale. Don't miss it. Ray Brandt Dodge, Louisiana's #1 Dodge dealer, is celebrating its 3rd anniversary by giving you the lowest prices of the year. Celebrate with America's #1 selling minivan, the Dodge Caravan, and pay only $11,995 at Ray Brandt Dodge. Travel in style in a fully loaded Dodge conversion van for only $14,995. Or choose a luxurious and roomy Dodge Dynasty for only $11,995 from Ray Brandt Dodge. Come out and make your best deal of the year this week during Ray Brandt Dodge's 3rd anniversary sale. Don't miss it. Ray Brandt Dodge, Louisiana's #1 Dodge dealer, is celebrating its 3rd anniversary by giving you the lowest prices of the year. Celebrate with America's #1 selling minivan, the Dodge Caravan, and pay only $11,995 at Ray Brandt Dodge. Travel in style in a fully loaded Dodge conversion van for only $14,995. Or choose a luxurious and roomy Dodge Dynasty for only $11,995 from Ray Brandt Dodge. Come out and make your best deal of the year this week during Ray Brandt Dodge's 3rd anniversary sale. Don't miss it. Ray Brandt Dodge, Louisiana's #1 Dodge dealer, is celebrating its 3rd anniversary by giving you the lowest prices of the year. Celebrate with America's #1 selling minivan, the Dodge Caravan, and pay only $11,995 at Ray Brandt Dodge. Travel in style in a fully loaded Dodge conversion van for only $14,995. Or choose a luxurious and roomy Dodge Dynasty for only $11,995 from Ray Brandt Dodge. Come out and make your best deal of the year this week during Ray Brandt Dodge's 3rd anniversary sale. Don't miss it.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next match, 1 fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing, in the red corner, the Ace, Bob Orton Jr. And his opponent, making his way to the ring, in the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, the gentleman, Chris Adams. 1 fall, 10-minute time limit.
You know, I want to say one thing right now to you, Rick. You know, you're going to look at classic American style, faces British technique, and believe me, there's 2 tremendous wrestlers, both of them with great ability, both of them wanting to catch a win here, both of them enjoying being within this area once again, bringing professional wrestling back to this area. Going to reach a level that it never has before, and I truthfully mean that. I believe in it. These wrestlers believe in it. Guys like Paul Orndorff believe in it. Right here, you got 2 of the best wrestlers, not entertainers, wrestlers, spelled W-R-E-S-T-L-I-N-G. And that's what they do in that ring, and watch them. And I'll tell you, sit back and enjoy yourself.
You know, Terry, watching these 2 guys, they like the competition. They strive on the competition. No matter who they're in the ring with, you can tell they're giving 1,000%. And as you said, probably 2 of the better wrestlers that I've ever seen.
You know, I've often heard people say, well, look at that guy. Hadn't he spent a lot of hours in the gym? Look at his body. Doesn't he look terrific? Well, you look at these 2 guys right here. They have wrestlers' bodies.
Right.
They have spent a lot of time not in a weightlifting gym, but in a wrestling ring, training to be the best. Believe me, they are. Beautiful knee drop there by Chris Adams. Orton's facing him off, but he knows better than going in at him.
Yeah.
He knows better than going in tight, but he's coming in. That's right and right. Left, right. There they go.
These 2 guys are going to stand here and go toe-to-toe. And take? I don't know how much they can take doing this.
Look out, Orton!
Chris Adams with a strong right hand. He's got Bob Orton down. Only had his first 2 counts. The referee is Lolly Jones this match. How much punishment can these 2 guys take? They can't stand toe-to-toe.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you'll watch Orton or you'll watch Adams, I'll tell you what, Orton will figure out that, and he realizes after that trade-off, you won't see Orton come back in there for another trade-off with the fist again. He'll back away. He'll be smart. I really, really love his style. I love his analogy of wrestling and his true technique of the sport. Nice move by Orton there. He's got him picked up. Let's see if he's going to take him to the rope or drop him. Yeah. Nice job on his part. That was perfectly legal right there. He got a few boos from the crowd, but it was a legal maneuver.
Yes, it was. You know, it's amazing, the recuperative powers of these guys. After taking a shot like that, Chris Adams, watch, he'll bounce back without any problem. But Bob Orton's coming in on him right now. He's going to try to take him out right now.
Nice knee by Orton. Brought it into him on the rope. Lollipop, the referee's trying to get a break there. Got a 2 count. See, Orton busted away from the break. Now he drops down the floor. Let's see what he's going to do. He's not going to pull him all the way out because he figures it might possibly be a disqualification. So he's going to push the rule limit a little bit. He pushed it, caught Adams with an elbow. Adams is on the floor right now. Orton's going on top of him. He better be careful or this might be a disqualification. A nice flat foot to the face. You know, I don't like Englishmen too well. I guess you might be able to tell it, but I'm an Orton fan.
I can tell you are. But I tell you what, I don't think too many people here are Orton fans. I think they're all behind Chris Adams. They're not too happy with the way Bob Orton's been treating Chris Adams.
Well, let me tell you something. I've always liked winners, so, and I think Bob Orton's winner. Who do you think's going to win this match? Oh.
I don't know. This is going to be a tough one. I think it's going to go down to the wire. It's going to take one special kind of move by someone to really take charge of this match.
Well, I'm taking Orton. You want to bet a buck on it?
I'll take Chris Adams for a buck.
All right, you've got a bet right now. I'm on Orton.
Okay. Chris Adams is in a little trouble. Orton's got him back into the ring right now.
That Orton's very powerful, very powerful. Got tremendous tendon strength. Whoa! Dropped him across that top rope. You know, there's a difference between tendon strength and what you see as muscles and what tendons are. A lot of people don't understand. I've seen guys 190, 195 pounds like Danny Hogg that could grip a pair of pliers and break the doggone pliers with his hands. That's tendon strength. It's God's gift. And Bob Orton Jr. has that gift. If you saw him pick up Adams, and whenever he lifted him above that rope and dropped him across that rope, he threw him about 1.5 feet higher. That was with one arm and a little bit of a shoulder there.
He made it look easy. Very little effort behind it. As you can see, Chris Adams is in a lot of trouble right now. And if Bob Orton is getting into the ring, this one could be over. I know you picked Bob Orton this match. I'll pick Chris Adams.
Well, you better start pulling for your boy then.
I'm in a little trouble. Bob Orton's not making too many friends here in St. Bernard Civic Auditorium.
A face lock by Orton right there, pulling him down across the knee to a backbreaker right there. And believe me, that's something a chiropractor.
Big count. Had him only for 2 counts. Now, Bob Orton thought he had him pinned.
Well, you know, Lollipop, you look at his belly out there, and he is a little bit slow getting down there. I think I had my dollar one then.
I don't know. We've got to go by the official decision here. Adams again in trouble. Bob Orton's been in control of this match for most of it.
Well, you see Orton, he goes back to the same position, putting the pressure on the back on the neck. He's looking at this back in the neck. He knows that he's got Adams hurt a bit, taking advantage of him. See, Orton is very deliberate in everything he does, and that way he doesn't make the mistake that your average wrestler does, because Bobby Orton is not an average wrestler.
Chris Adams again in trouble. Bob Orton, as I said, has been in control of the match for most of it. Doesn't look good for Chris Adams right now.
There you see a version of a front face lock. It's almost a side face lock. Orton's putting that pressure back again on the net. He's taking his time. He's wearing him down, and it's going to happen. I'll tell you what, what's going to happen with Cornette? That's what I want to ask.
Well, I don't know. He flipped the coin.
Wait a minute. Here.
We're going to do back 2 out of 3.
No. Whoa, what a knee. What a knee. I got the coin. I'm flipping this quarter right now.
All right, you flip it.
All right. Who gives it?
I'm going to call him.
All right, there it goes. Head to this. Oh, my gosh. Did you see that side kick? Whoa, is Orton out or not?
Looks like he's out cold. Chris Adams making a comeback. Now, the coin was heads. Now, that means I win, you interview.
Well, look out. Are you sure it was heads? Look out. Adams up on the top rope. What's he going to do off that top rope?
High-risk maneuver. Chris Adams on the top rope.
He can't fly. Here he comes. He's going to attempt it. That's a smart thing to do. He's fixing to go with one of those kicks. Orton countered right there. It was heads. It was heads.
It was heads.
You won.
So what does that mean?
That means you lose because you get the interview. You get the lose. You get the
I'm going to talk to Jim Cornette after this match.
Orton's going up on the top rope now. Bobby Orton's all the way to the top. He's going to go for a backwards press. Oh! Adams brought up the knee.
You know what I noticed? The crowd is really into this match. They're really into it, wanting Chris Adams to come back.
Nice backwards roll for a 2 count. Almost had a 3. Orton kicked out of it. Come on, Bobby. Get to your feet. Boy, I got $1 on you.
These guys are both so close to winning the match.
Oh! I heard that pop all the way out here, right to the back of the head.
Orton went down extremely hard, but it doesn't look like Chris Adams was able to get himself back together. This has been one heck of a match.
It's been a very, very good match. It's been just great. Both guys are competing hard. Both of them want to win, like I said before. They want to open up the season down here at their best.
Chris Adams took Bob Orton's head to the turnbuckle, and now he's pounded on him.
Nice high knee by Bobby Orton. Get in there, Bobby. If he gets in there for that cover right now, he might get into that 3 count. You know, I'm going to tell you something. Are we going to have some great wrestlers here in the future or not?
We sure do. We sure do, Tuxedo Terry. We've got Hacksaw Butch Reed, your favorite, Mr. Wonderful Ball Orange Dog, Eli the Eliminator, and we've even got Primetime Ron Fowler. He'll be here too.
Well, you know, in the future we got Bees and we got Lightnings and we got Hammers, Breaking Hammer Valentine, Brian D. Flair, and Lightning Tim Horner. Orton's trying to suplex him off that top rope. He wasn't about to get to him. Here comes Adam up on the top. Looks like a flying body press. Oh, beautiful sunset flip. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, no. Only a 2 count.
Oh, I'm glad that didn't happen.
High-risk maneuver.
You know why I'm glad, don't you? You would have been $1.
That is correct. You know, both of these guys not afraid to take any chances. They're really trying high-risk maneuvers. Orton throwing Chris Adams through the rope.
Orton's taking a breather now. Let's see what he's going to do from here.
I think, gentlemen, Chris Adams needs a breather also right now. These guys have been at it since the bell sounded.
It's a 10-minute match, and the one wonderful thing about the National Wrestling Federation is all matches are 10 minutes.
1 fall, 10 minutes.
Oh, there it is.
Get back in the ring.
1, Federation are 10 minutes too long. That forces the competitors to push themselves. To not waste any time. It gives you a high, explosive action, as you see from Bobby Orton right here.
These guys, as we mentioned before, they've been going at it since the bell sounded. When this match is over, whoever wins it, it'll be a well-deserved decision. This has been one heck of a confrontation. Chris Adams is trying to... Well, he's getting back into the rope with some help.
There's a bell right there, ladies and gentlemen. I felt like that time was getting about ready. That was a 10-minute time limit.
The National Wrestling Federation stars will be in action on Monday, April 20th at the St. Bernard Civic Auditorium. The main event, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff versus Greg the Hammer Valentine. Bell time 7:30. Also on the card, Hacksaw Butch Reed and White Lightning Tim Horner against Ace Bob Orton Jr. and the Raging Bull Manny Fernandez. Bell time is 7:30. And joining me right now, the Ace Bob Orton Jr. and the Raging Bull Manny Fernandez. What about this pair of Butch Reed and Tim Horner that you guys are taking on?
St. Bernard, Daddy, a big night of professional wrestling, and right before Greg the Hammer Valentine beats Paul Orndorff with the figure four, the Raging Bull and I are going to step into the ring against Grease Lightning Tim Horner and Hacksaw Butch Reed. Sounds like they belong on an Andrew Dice Clay tape, doesn't it? They ain't got a chance against us. This is the most talented wrestler I have seen in my long career as a professional wrestler. Butch Reed is no stranger to me. I know he's talented. I ain't going to say nothing bad about Butch Reed except for the fact that he ain't Cowboy Bob Orton. I am just a better man. Benny, tell him about it,
You know
Daddy.
something, when you walk that out, mister, you got to get a little excitement in your bones. You got to open up and let the people know what's coming to town. And this is what it's all about. NWF is a new wrestling alliance throughout the world, and it's coming to you live and in living color. And this is not entertainment, Daddy. When you strap them boots, you're going to know one thing. We're in there to do business, and this man and myself, we do business our way, risky business. So let me tell you something, Butch Reed. You ran up that aisle with a bull, and you ran up that aisle with Bob Orton Jr. Grease Lightning, we turn it out. We'll put it down. Come and see what you can get, because these two together are the most awesome wrestling machine in the world today. Coming up Monday, April 20th at the St. Bernard Civic Auditorium. Bell time is at 7:30. Joining me at ringside is one of the more familiar faces in professional wrestling, Mr. Jim Cornette. Jim, a mixed reaction when you came out to ringside.
No, there wasn't any mixed reaction. It's just the only taste these people got in their mouth. That's what the problem is. I'm the greatest manager in the world, and everybody knows it. And I'm here to shout out. Just another example, living proof that intermarriage does have its humorous moments around here. Let me tell you something. I am here to do some wheeling and dealing. I'm here to show you people in this part of the country something you've never seen before. Of course, there's a lot of things that people in this country have never seen before. Indoor plumbing, pretty women, college graduates. There's a lot of things they don't have down here in this part of the country that I'm fixed to bring to you, but I'm also bringing to you the greatest talent ever seen in professional wrestling in these parts. I'm going to be doing some wheeling. I'm going to be doing some dealing. I'm going to buy talent. I may sell talent, but one thing's for sure, and that's that I've got talent. And anybody out there, any wrestler that's thinking of making a little career move, that's thinking of maybe making something out of himself, what you better do is you better call me up on the phone. You better sign a contract, because I take people to the top, and the top is where I stay. And right here in this area, shut up, you moron. Is that your face, or did your neck throw up? Right here in this part of the country, brother, is where I made my name and my biggest reputation. You people know what I can do, and everybody else in the world of professional wrestling is going to find out real soon. I've got some big surprises in store. Let's go back ringside. Our next match, one fall, 10-minute time limit. Introducing Ken Massey. And his opponent in the blue corner, Steve Pritchard. One fall.
Well, I would like to certainly tell Mr. Cornette that if you would put a sail in front of his mouth, he might go some places, huh? Did I forewarn you or not? You lost that talk.
Well, I tell you, Tuxedo Terry, you got me. And it really wasn't much of an interview. I only had to ask one question. He took off with it, insulted everybody here in St. Bernard, at the St. Bernard Civic Auditorium. But he's here to do some shopping, so we've got to keep an eye on him and see just what he's up to.
You know, if I was shopping right now, if I was a shopper and I was going out for Christmas and trying to buy myself a nice little present, well, I would buy a present right here with Steve Pritchard if I had the money to buy a wrestler, because this is the kind of kid I like. He's young, and he's aggressive, and he's got a tremendous amount of talent. But besides that, he wants to so bad. And being a young kid like that, fresh, you can cover up a lot of mistakes, and you can do pretty darn well for yourself. And desire alone can't make you a champion. But when you've got youth on your side and a little bit of time, well, you'll do all right. And I believe this boy right here is going to do very well for himself in professional wrestling. Nice drop down by him, another drop down by him. Beautiful cross body press. 1, 2.
He is quick, Terry, and he is a hustler. And he's in there against a veteran, Nasty, Ken Nasty. So the name Nasty's got to tell you a little bit that Steve Pritchard's got to be on his guard, because probably anything can happen. Probably Ken Nasty is capable of anything.
I had a dog named Nasty. It was awful unpredictable. Oh! Nasty Natum made a very, very smart move by ducking that flying body press off that second rope.
You know,
that's what happens, though, when you're young. You make those mistakes. But you know, when you get as old as I am, you jump off a top rope or something, it's not so easy to get up. But kids like this, hey, they bounce right back and do it again and again and again.
Yeah. You know, with this, Steve Pritchard, he's not a very big individual, so he's got to make up with that with ability. He's got to have ability to take up where and when he lacks in size.
There was a neck snap right there, went in for the cover.
Only a 2 count. Nasty Nasty. Look what I'm talking about. Nasty Nasty. Capable of anything.
Nasty, Nasty.
You like that name, huh?
I kind of like Nasty.
Well, we didn't settle our bet. I think we wound up in a tie with the bet. Nobody won the bet in the last match.
Well, I won the bet.
Well, now, wait a minute. Now, I won the toss and I lost that. Now we had a tie in the match. You're claiming you won that.
You were trying to tell me. You told me that Adams was going to win.
You told me
So
that
I won
Orton
the
was
dollar.
going to win.
I won the dollar.
You told me Orton was going to win.
Yeah, never mind. There you see an arm bar on him right there, and the other leg he's got scissors, so it kind of keeps you from doing anything right there. Nice maneuver on his part. Nasty Ken knows what he's doing.
Yeah. He's already tried to bite his eyes out. I think that kind of hurt a little bit. He's got him in a headlock. There he goes. Look, watch this.
Puts him off into the rope, goes for a backdrop. Beautiful sunset flip. Takes him over for the pin. Nasty, Nasty came out of it again. Oh.
He's working on his eye.
He's working on about every part of him
Yeah.
right now. He's just taking control of this match, and got a lot of ability.
Maybe Nasty.
Talking about somebody with ability, I want to watch Mr. Wonderful. So you people make sure that you don't turn this channel, because Mr. Wonderful Orndorff is going to be back here. You know, my father was a professional wrestler. My brother was a professional wrestler. And I truly mean this, as I love wrestling as a sport. I always want it to be a sport. Anybody that calls it anything but a sport, is I have to disagree with them. I don't like the wrestlers that get too ambitious or too violent. I was always smart. I always adhered by the rules. I would push them a bit at times.
Yeah.
But I always adhered to the rules, and I love that in wrestling. And I think Paul Orndorff is another very, very experienced pro. Paul certainly isn't as old as I am, but I admire him, and I always thought that Paul was one of the best, not only in this country, he proved himself as one of the best in the world time and time again.
You know, you've been talking about Paul Orndorff all day today, how impressed you are with him. And I'm glad to see that you respect. I can't wait to see him wrestle because of the way you've been talking about him, his ability. And I think a lot of people that are watching this will be excited to see a guy like Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. So that's coming up in just a little bit, so we'll be seeing that. I think Nasty's still in control of this match.
The National Wrestling Federation is made up of wrestlers that want to make a difference, want to show you some good type of wrestling, want to give you something different. Believe me, according to the show so far, they are. A beautiful arm whipple, reversible by Nasty. In for the roll-up. This might be a 2.
New county. Nasty Nasty bounced right up off the mat after being held to a 2 count and took it right to Steve Pritchard. So Pritchard kind of was a little lax in what he did. He had him pinned, but he let him up. What's that kind of move?
Well, got me guessing. It looks like it's about a half hour late, whatever. No, it wasn't. I thought it was about a half hour late. Reversed it into a roll-up, got him into a pinning position, and he got the 3 count in.
Steve Pritchard.
Old Nasty looked like my grandma climbing them ropes.
I don't know. I thought it was an accident the way he wound up outside the ropes, but he knew exactly. He went right to the turnbuckle, climbed up to the top rope.
I think I might be able to run him a race for them top ropes. I'll tell you what, let's take a look at this one more time. There you see Nasty making his way slowly up to the top rope. Here he comes off with a flying body press. Right there you see him catching, forces himself over, reverses it into a pinning position, crosses that leg, and you get the 3 count in. And I'll tell you something, we'll be back shortly with my favorite wrestler, Paul Orndorff. Yeah.
Ray Brandt Dodge, Louisiana's #1 Dodge dealer, is celebrating its 3rd anniversary by giving you the lowest prices of the year. Celebrate with America's #1 selling minivan, the Dodge Caravan, and pay only $11,995 at Ray Brandt Dodge. Travel in style in a fully loaded Dodge conversion van for only $14,995. Or choose a luxurious and roomy Dodge Dynasty for only $11,995 from Ray Brandt Dodge. Come out and make your best deal of the year this week during Ray Brandt Dodge's 3rd anniversary sale. Don't miss it. Ray Brandt Dodge, Louisiana's #1 Dodge dealer, is celebrating its 3rd anniversary by giving you the lowest prices of the year. Celebrate with America's #1 selling minivan, the Dodge Caravan, and pay only $11,995 at Ray Brandt Dodge. Travel in style in a fully loaded Dodge conversion van for only $14,995. Or choose a luxurious and roomy Dodge Dynasty for only $11,995 from Ray Brandt Dodge. Come out and make your best deal of the year this week during Ray Brandt Dodge's 3rd anniversary sale. Don't miss it. Ray Brandt Dodge, Louisiana's #1 Dodge dealer, is celebrating its 3rd anniversary by giving you the lowest prices of the year. Celebrate with America's #1 selling minivan, the Dodge Caravan, and pay only $11,995 at Ray Brandt Dodge. Travel in style in a fully loaded Dodge conversion van for only $14,995. Or choose a luxurious and roomy Dodge Dynasty for only $11,995 from Ray Brandt Dodge. Come out and make your best deal of the year this week during Ray Brandt Dodge's 3rd anniversary sale. Don't miss it. Ray Brandt Dodge, Louisiana's #1 Dodge dealer, is celebrating its 3rd anniversary by giving you the lowest prices of the year. Celebrate with America's #1 selling minivan, the Dodge Caravan, and pay only $11,995 at Ray Brandt Dodge. Travel in style in a fully loaded Dodge conversion van for only $14,995. Or choose a luxurious and roomy Dodge Dynasty for only $11,995 from Ray Brandt Dodge. Come out and make your best deal of the year this week during Ray Brandt Dodge's 3rd anniversary sale. Don't miss it.
Match, 1 fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing in the red corner, Storm Trooper. And his opponent making his way to the ring in the blue corner, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff.
Hello, I just want to know if his name is Stormtrooper. And is his name Paul Orndorff? Or Paul Orndorff?
Well, I think we'll call him Paul Orndorff and Stormtrooper.
Hey, doesn't Paul look crazy? That son of a gun's been working out like crazy. And I'll tell you what, it's been in the wrestling ring, too, somewhere. I'll tell you what, he's in great shape, the finest shape I've seen him in a long time.
Stormtrooper's going right after him. I think probably he figures the only way he can beat Mr. Wonderful is to take it to him.
He's very, very aggressive, Jim. Very aggressive on Paul Orndorff. A heavy forearm to the back of the neck. Believe me, that's just like a rabbit punch in boxing. A reversal right there in the turnbuckle. Beautiful hip lock. Whoa, nice drop kick, Paul. All right.
Paul's round up.
Ducks that forearm right there. Picks him up into atomic drop. Catches him with a forearm. Come on, get back up there, Trooper. Let's see what you can do.
They were behind him when he came into the ring. Stormtrooper went after him. He's taking it to the Stormtrooper now. Now he wants to get the crowd behind him.
Focus. That's what Paul Orndorff is. You take a shot at his face, you can tell what that man is focused right there. He's focused on what he's doing. He's right in there with that Stormtrooper right now. And he's not going to accept anything less than a victory. I'll guarantee you that.
Is that called like a game face, like in football?
Oh. I don't know if I'd like to look at that face for about 20 minutes in the ring. I don't know how I'd like to wake up next to him if I was to try for his girlfriend. I don't know which he's got.
Now, wait a
It
minute.
would be very much of a pleasure with a face like that, staring you down.
You've been talking good about him all night now.
Well, I'm saying good things about him. That's good, you know. Determined.
Now, the Stormtrooper's claiming that Paul Orndorff was pulling his hair. Now, who would you believe?
Well, I'll tell you what. Lolly just don't know who to believe, does he? Lolly can't quite make up his mind there. You know, sometimes if you overeat so much, you know, it affects your vision. I think this might have happened to Lolly. Nice forearm there from the Stormtrooper. This boy is very aggressive. Very aggressive.
You know, he's working on that arm. You know, probably with the experience that Mr. Wonderful has, Stormtrooper is taking a body part, like an arm, working on it and breaking him down. He's thinking, maybe the only way to beat him is to do that, to break him down.
See what happened right then, though, as Paul went coming in and to him standing up, the trooper thought, well, boy, we're going to go in for a normal wrestling tie-up, and whenever he did that, Paul dropped toe hold.
Yeah.
Dropped right in there for a drop toe hold. Got that pressure way up high into the shoulder right now. Every time the Stormtrooper tries to stick his head up, Paul forces it back down on the mat. You know, a man is like a patient. You know, whenever he's on that mat and everything else, there's 4 legs to it. If you break down one, it can still stay up, but if you break down 2, take 2 arms out, he'll fall face back down. Then he's got to fight his way back up. Whenever you have to fight your way from the bottom, it takes more energy than when you're on the top. And that's why it's important to stay on top of the wrestler.
Yeah.
There you get some rest into a riding position. That's what they do in a lot of the amateurs. That's what a guy like Paul Orndorff does in the profession.
Headbutt by the Stormtrooper. Another headbutt. Clothesline. Mr. Wonderful goes hard to the mat. Yeah, you see the Stormtrooper? Looks like he's getting a little false confidence here.
False confidence don't get it because you pay attention to your opponent. You stay on top of him. That's where he should be right now.
Double axe handle.
To that shoulder of Paul. Nice big forearm there.
Brought him across those ropes. Same move we saw before with Bob Orton.
But you see Bobby Orton. Now you take a look at the Stormtrooper, and the Stormtrooper is powerful. Don't doubt me whenever I'm saying this, but he's a very powerful individual. But you look at him and you look at Orton, you say, gosh, which one's the strongest one? The Stormtrooper's stronger. That's not always holds true. It doesn't always hold true. And it doesn't always hold true in wrestling, you know. You can never tell. You just never know who to watch out for, because I've met a lot of tough guys that aren't that big, you know. Sometimes big ones will shock you real fast. Beautiful crossbody by Orndorff. 2 count, 3. No.
Down. You know, one thing about the NWF is we're seeing a lot of good wrestling stars, and we don't have any mismatches. All of the matches have been very competitive from the start, and that's what it's all about.
Lollipop doing his best to get him off. Lolly, he didn't go in there with much gusto, though, did he? Oh, nice kick by Orndorff.
Clothesline. Stormtrooper goes down hard. Mr. Wonderful's going to try and get it together right now.
Big right there. Another big right. That's the 3rd big right. Whoa, there's that famous knee lift to Paul Orndorff. Mr. Wonderful, he looks like he's going up the top. He's going up the top rope.
High-risk maneuver as he goes to the 3rd rope, the top rope. Stormtrooper's in La-La Land right now, it looks like.
Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes. The pile driver. And believe Anderson. Let's see if he gets him up. He's got him up. He's going to drop him on that head. Watch Orndorff take it. Speed all the way out from underneath him. That's it.
The Stormtrooper is on Green Street.
It's all over. 1, 2, 3. Hey, I'm going to go over. I'm going to go try to get an interview with Paul Orndorff.
Okay, Tuxedo Terry Funk, we'll take a look at the replay. And Tuxedo Terry Funk makes his way to the ring to talk to Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff, the pile driver. He sets it up right here. The Stormtrooper. Here comes the pile driver, and in just a second, the Stormtrooper will be on Green Street, and it will be all over. There it is, Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. The Stormtrooper's out. There's going to be the count. Very easy pin. 1, 2, 3. It's all over. We'll be back right after this.
If you're looking for wrestling action, you'll find it in Houma on April 26th at the East Park Recreation Center. On Monday night, April 20th, at the St. Bernard Civic Center, bell time 7:30, NWF stars Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff against Greg the Hammer Valentine. Hacksaw Butch Reed and White Lightning Tim Horner in a tag team match against Ace Bob Orton Jr. and the Raging Bull Manny Fernandez. And joining me right now, the promoter of the NWF, the Colonel, Buck Robley. Buck, you've done a great job in putting together
Rick,
action.
first of all, I want to thank you and Terry Funk. What a great job you and Tuxedo Terry are doing. What a great match we just saw. Mr. Orndorff, Paul, Mr. Wonderful Orndorff, and the Stormtrooper. You know, Rick, you and I have been friends for a long time. We've gone out together. We've partied together. We've had dinner together. And, you know, the most asked question right here in the Crescent City, when people see the Colonel walking the streets, like he does every night, Buck, when are we going to have that wrestling? Wrestling like we used to have it. When you kicked, you know what? When you were in the ring, you know, so I said that's exactly what the people here in the city want. They want wrestling. And it says wrestling on the marquee. So we go out, we get Orndorff. We get the Greg the Hammer Valentine. I heard the one-man gang's on his way. Hercules Hernandez is on his way. The Rock and Roll's here. Rick Mocklin's here. Tuxedo Terry Funk, Jimmy Cornette, Michael Allsher. The name just goes on and on. And of course, I might add my name to the list, too. No, I can't do that, Rick, because I am the promoter. But I want to bring wrestling back to the Crescent City. I want everybody to come out to St. Bernard this Monday and see the main event. You're talking about a main event. It's Madison Square Garden. Wonderful Orndorff, Hammer Valentine. A tag team match. Hacksaw Butch Reed and White Lightning, Ace Bob Orton Jr., Timmy Horner, Manny Fernandez. Of course, there's a lot of other stars, but we're going to bring it back to you people like it here in New Orleans. Wrestling, and that's what they're going to get with us, Rick.
Ticket information 278-1507. Be there for all the action.
Our next match, one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing in the blue corner, Rusty Bowie. And his the first thing I want you people to do is stand up and show some respect around this place. I have never seen such ugly in my life. What you need is something to brighten up your day. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here he is. He's the baddest man, the meanest motor scooter that you have ever seen step foot in the wrestling ring. At 260 rock-solid pounds from St. Louis, Missouri. Give him a big welcome. Prime time, Ron Powers. And if you think you're rusty now, wait till this match is over with, boy.
Well, I tell you, Terry Funk, if Jim Cornette's here to sell talent and he sells it by the pound, he'll get plenty for primetime Ron Powers.
You know what a big fat slob Jim Cornette is. It'd be horrible. Look at him walking around the ring like he's somebody else. Nice sit out. Nice sit out there. Beautiful take time. Take down there. Rusty Bowie did a nice job there. Prime time. Laid back with a little reversal.
I don't think Jim Cornette's too popular with the crowd here.
Switched in behind, another takedown. He's sitting in behind him, trying to sit out. Trying to sit out. Is he going to be able to make a reversal? No. Powers lets him back up. You know who this prime time Ron Powers reminds me of? He reminds me a little bit of Bruiser Brody.
I tell you, the other guy, Rusty Bowie, reminds me of another wrestler. Who? Well, looks-wise, with the blonde hair and the fancy tights. Who? Sting. Power slam.
Well, he just got power slam. Sting didn't almost got a 3 count in on him. Let's see how he does here today. I'll swear this fella reminds me of Bruiser Brody. The hair, everything. Prime time is big.
Wait, now, I don't want to interrupt you. But look, what's going on down at the ring here? There's something going on between Cornette and whoever this other guy is over here.
Who is this down here?
Now, I don't know. I don't know who this guy is. Security.
That's some idiot. That's some goofy fan right there.
What does he look like? Who does he remind you of? We're talking about who people remind us of. Who does he look like?
Hey, this ain't Memphis. I mean, doggone it, this isn't Memphis.
I don't know who
And that isn't Elvis for sure. What's he got there?
I don't know what he's doing. I don't know who he is, but he's caused a little bit of a ruckus around the ring right now. He came over to talk to Cornette. Cornette didn't want anything to do with it.
Cornette's busy talking to Prime Time right now. Tell him to stay back and stay away.
I think Cornette's got to take care of business at hand right now.
Prime Time shoots him out to the floor. Prime Time headed to the floor, right down on top of him. Whoa! Right into that poke.
That is tough. Prime Time back into the ring. He's going to try to get Rusty Bowie back into the ring also.
Let me tell you something. This Rusty Bowie's a pretty fine wrestler himself. Neck snap on that top rope right there sends Rusty Powers back down to the floor.
Something's going on again. Look here at ringside. They're calling security. Cornette is calling security. What a turn of fate. Usually they're trying to keep Cornette away from things, but I don't know who this guy is.
Hey, he deserves somebody driving him crazy for a change. Isn't that the truth? How many people has he driven crazy in his wrestling career? Whoa! Suplex over that top rope. Prime Time down for the count. 2 count. Thought he had him in there for a press. Didn't get the pin count in.
Has him in a
Reverse
chin
chin
lock.
lock.
Cornette's pleading something with the referee. I don't know what he's talking about, but he's begging the referee for something.
Oh, Rusty made a nice maneuver right there.
Sure did. He got himself out of a little jam.
Got him in for that pin.
Yeah, only two count. Ron Powers was able to get out of that.
Slams him back down on the mat. Big, huge slam. Comes off. There's a flying elbow. He misses it. And here's this moron again.
Back again. Now he's got a flock of kids with him that are giving Cornette trouble.
Forget it. Just pay attention to what's going on. Picks him up, slams him to the mat. Comes off with a flying knee drop. Let's see if he can get back up to his feet.
Ron Powers moving in. Body slam. He's telling Jim Cornette it's over. Primetime Ron Powers is telling Jim Cornette that it's over. We'll see. Kick to the midsection.
Whoa! DDT.
DDT. I think it is over.
There's that 3 count right there.
It's over. Primetime Ron Powers. Cornette to the ring. He's a little bit happy.
There, we're going to take one more look at this right here. Let's see if we can take it. There's that DDT right on top of the head right there. I'll tell you what, we're going to take a commercial break and we'll be right back with Hacksaw, Butch Reed, and Eli the Eliminator. Yow, you got a right rocket rip.
All right, Tuxedo Terry.
Wrestling returns to the Houma area April 26th at the East Park Recreation Center. On Monday, April 20th, the St. Bernard Civic Center. Bell time 7:30. The main event of the night, Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff against Greg the Hammer Valentine. Tag team action, Hacksaw Butch Reed and White Lightning Tim Horner against Ace Bob Orton Jr. and the Raging Bull Manny Fernandez. Ticket information at 278-1507. Joining me right now, Michael Allshore, who is putting together probably one of the biggest groups of wrestlers in the NWF. Tell us about it.
Michael Allshore, New Orleans, my hometown. You don't know who I am, but in the future, you will know me. Deviousness, sadistic. Number one, myself. I'm looking for talent, and I have a lot of money. Money talks, bull walks.
What about some of the people you have? You have Bob
Why do
Orton.
you think we're here? Because this man's putting together a conglomeration of talent that'll be untouchable in front of these crawfish-fed, inbred South Louisiana Cajuns who love nothing more than a good fight. Well, Daddy, we're here to give you one. Hacksaw Butch Reed, I know you're tough. I know you've worn them world championship belts. I know you have felt the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. And I know you don't like it. But, Daddy, you're stepping in the ring with Manny Fernandez and me. Liking it ain't what it's all about, Daddy. Take your licking, because we gonna keep on ticking.
What about Primetime Ron Powers, one of the big guns of the stable?
You know, Steve Ray, what you do, you represent any other wrestling organization in this world today other than the NWF. You worry more about how going to the ring than how you wrestle inside the ring. You want to do the wild thing? I'll give you the wild thing. I'm going to put those boots up against those pretty white teeth of yours, pal, and knock the tartar off of them.
Ticket information, 278-1507. Eli's here also. Be there for all the action.
Our next match, one fall with a 10-minute time limit. Introducing in the red corner, Eli the Eliminator. And his opponent, making his way to the ring in the blue corner, Hacksaw Butch Reed.
Let's see what he's going to do with him now. Whoa. Double knockout.
Yeah. I tell you what, though, the Hacksaw had enough of this. Now he's starting to dish some out.
Both men down on the floor. They're doing an exchange right now.
They're trading rocks now.
They're trading back and forth. What's Lale doing? Lale's up to a 5. Lale's up to a 6. Both men trading it on the floor. There they go. Oh, my God. Hacksaw's back on top of him right now. Hacksaw's got the advantage of this. Lale got up to a 10 count. Both men are still exchanging on the floor. They're going after it now. There they go. They're getting after it. Oh, my God. Did you see that?
I saw that. Both men have been counted out. Both men have been counted out, but yet they continue to fight.
They continue to fight on, and I'm going to tell you people something, you know. We've got to leave here. We'll be back with the National Wrestling Federation next week, and doggone it, it might still be the same match. Rockin' Rick and Terry Funk here telling ya, muchas cuchas, buenas noches, and so long, everybody. Yeah.
Bye-bye.